So diversity is king when it comes to deer habitat management, but there is a time when I will plant a monoculture on our property to help the deer out. Let me show you when that is.
This video was shot in March in Minnesota, and if you live in Minnesota this time of year, or anywhere in the north for that matter, you know that this is the highest stress period of the year for deer. And we know that during the winter months, the deer will push into thermal cover, like I've mentioned many times before on this channel. When the weather's the worst, the deer will push into dense conifer stands before anything else. I know in the Midwest and the South, when you talk about a dense conifer stand, like a cedar thicket, that's generally frowned upon because that stand lacks diversity and the cedars completely take over. But in the north, having pockets of dense conifer stands is crucial to helping the deer survive the winter. I've heard Steve Bartella say this before, but it's been shown that a dense conifer stand can actually be several degrees warmer than the actual air temperature. As you can see in this particular conifer stand, there are several deer beds all over as well as deer tracks. Now, the only reason I even stepped into this conifer stand today was because someone had let me know they had driven by it and bumped the deer out of it. So I took advantage of the opportunity and stepped into it quick, just so I could show you just how crucial thermal cover is for the deer in the winter. When I'm planting these conifer stands, ideally I like to have spruce around the perimeter and leave the middle for white pine. Sometimes the spruce thickets will get too thick and the deer will not be able to get in them and bed in them, whereas the white pine will allow space underneath the branches for the deer to bed. Having the spruce around the outside gives nice thermal protection from the nasty northwest winds that often plague us in the winter. The spruce also provide nice screening for the deer so that they can feel secure while they're in these bedding areas. Ideally, when you're setting up these areas, you'll have pockets of adjacent woody browse available so that the deer have food to eat when they need it the most in the winter. Woody browse makes up the majority of the deer's diet in the winter. At the end of the day, diversity is king when it comes to habitat management, and I have plenty of other areas on our farm where I have scattered conifers amongst a diverse mix of other plants. But when the weather gets nasty, inevitably the deer will push into the few thick, dense conifer stands that we have on the farm to get out of the winter elements. You all take care. God bless.